far as the states dropping the mandates now, that's all well and good. What about the next one? It's for the one after this one and the one after that one. And the border, the cross-border vax mandate, that's not fair.
It ain't going to go over well. And I don't know why they won't give it up, because we're not giving it up. Something's got to give.
I'm Jeremy Lafredo on assignment for Rebel News in Monrovia, Indiana, where the U.S. trucker convoy has parked for the night. In the coming days, the convoy is expected to touch in Washington, D.C. and demand an end to vaccine mandates. The U.S. trucker convoy, which is adding dozens of big rigs by the day, is now only 70 miles away from their arrival in Washington, D.C. The truckers take specific issue with the cross-border trucking mandate, which forbids unvaccinated truckers from traveling across national borders to deliver or pick up cargo. The mainstream press has attempted to dismiss the aims of the truckers' convoy by claiming the truckers are protesting mandates at a time when COVID restrictions across the country are being lifted, ignoring the fact that there's a mandate specifically aimed at truckers, which remains in place. The Guardian incorrectly reported that truckers are protesting the federal vaccine mandates that, quote, don't exist and, quote, were never implemented. MSNBC argued that the convoy's goals are illegitimate because mandates around the country are being lifted.
One of the notable departures from the convoy in Canada, the reason for protesting in the first place. Since criticism of vaccine and mask mandates are a little bit moot, right, now that those restrictions are being lifted around the country. So what's the deal?
During the rest stop in Monrovia, I allowed the truckers to set the record straight. They explained that the cross-border trucking vaccine mandate does in fact exist and argue that the mainstream media fails to report on this mandate because it would legitimize the aims of the protest. The truckers also explained that the federal mandate is harming truckers' ability to earn a living for themselves and for their families, and also violates their rights.
Yes, there is a mandate. If we wish to cross Canada, we have to be vaccinated. If I wish to run with this company to Alaska, I have to be vaccinated. I'm not going to get vaccinated.
For those of us that do go up there to haul freight, that's our livelihood. I mean, how are you going to make money if that's your money?
Basically what Canada has done and the U.S. has done is say, you can't go there unless you can prove you're vaccinated. Well, that's against our rights, and it's also cutting into our livelihood.
If we want to go up to Canada to deliver loads, we have to be vaccinated, and it has to be all online and through the app.
When they force a mandate on drivers, you can't cross the border until you get a jab. Well, that's a health risk to us. If you're crossing the border, like say if I cross the border, say twice a week, and that's my run twice a week, that's costing me money. I'm losing out my loads. Then you're taking money from my kids or my grandkids in this manner. How is that right? Where is that freedom? Where is it fair?
What it does is people aren't going to take the vaccination and just soon lose their job. Not going to be forced into the jab. Give it up is what you do. You give it up. Give up the mandate. We're all against it, and you're going to know all about it.
We were okay during the pandemic. Nothing happened during the pandemic. We still ran from country to country. So now why is it you're telling us, well, guess what? Now you got to have a vaccine.
We fought battles for HIPAA laws to people's medical privacy. So they have no right. They have no right to tell people, hey, you have to get a vaccine to come here.
They're taking money out of people's pockets. Some people don't agree with the vaccine. Some people don't want it. And they're being forced to take it to do their job, or they'll lose their job.
They don't care about our money. They don't care about our livelihood. They don't care about our way of life. And it's time for the American people and the Canadian people who have already done it. Thank you for everything you've done up there, Canada, for us to stand up and say enough is enough.
Trudeau, if you hear this, man, you aren't everybody's parent. This is about everybody, and it doesn't really matter if you're left or right or whatever. It really matters if you value your right to make your own choices.
Basically what this is for us to stand up and say, no, everyone should have a free will choice. of what they want to do with their body. We're not against the vaccines. We're not against any of that. We're against anybody saying we have to have it.
The emergency declaration that keep putting in, keep getting renewed every 90 days, take that out, I think everything else will fall.
As far as the states dropping the mandates now, that's all well and good. What about the next one? It's for the one after this one and the one after that one. And the border, the cross-border vax mandate, that's not fair.
It ain't going to go over well. And I don't know why they won't give it up, because we're not giving it up. Something's got to give.